All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am Xander. This is Vinny. And we're gonna do a new Let's Play of Dark Souls Remastered, one of my favorite games ever. Um, I don't have anything partial to the remastered version, I guess, but
You just like
that's
playing game that hurt.
yeah. This game is fantastic, and hopefully I get to show you why throughout the course of this. Um, there's going to be a little bit of struggling, a little bit of salt. I'm going to try out a weapon type that I have never used before, because I've done probably like 5 or 6 playthroughs of this game at this point. But we'll leave that as a surprise for now. We'll get to it when we get to it. Yeah. Oh, I have to erase a character.
I the Pope, Shieldon, Bernie.
I'm erasing Shieldon. That was my shield only playthrough, and I got stuck in the catacombs grinding for a particular shield that just did not want to drop, and I got bored and stopped. Anyways, so we're gonna name our character. Oh no, the character limit. Okay, fine. His full title is Dr. Beefcake PhD, but yeah, ran out of space for that. Class, I actually don't know off the top of my head, but we are going for strength here. It looks like bandit will be our best bet.
With your dumb hat.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool shield though. Also, I do play this game on keyboard. This is the only Souls game that I play on keyboard. I just find it to be a little bit easier. I don't know why. For gift, so real quick, if you are new to this game and you're wondering what's going on, so your class determines like your starting stats and equipment and stuff. You can start with nothing and just even stats if you want. But this is basically just like a starting template for a character, but every character can get every piece of equipment in the game eventually. Like, it's all out there, and these stats, they can all be leveled up just the same. It just chooses what you actually start with. The only exception to this is that the thief starts with something called the master key, but you can also choose your starting item here, and the master key is one of the choices. So if you've got something you really want to start with, but you also want master key, and we'll get to why that is important later, then master key is a good pick. So
our cat is attacking my foot.
Nice. You want to pick her up and show the camera? She has to make an appearance in at least every Let's Play. This is Estelle. Yes, she's named after an Elden Ring boss. Yes, I don't have a problem. We're gonna go with large upper body for our physique here. All of the character creation in this game is like pretty butt ugly.
I've made some pretty decent looking female characters because I like playing female characters.
Yeah, I mean, you can get it to look like decent, but nothing looks great, you know?
All the hairstyles suck.
Oh, dude, the hairstyles are so bad. I'm just gonna go with shave.
No.
What?
I wanna. Can I pick a hairstyle?
What is your?
Can we look through them real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, can you do receding?
Receding?
It makes me think of like Kazuya.
Oh, dude, true. It's Kazuya Mishima.
Yeah, but like he's like fucking 60 and he's been chain smoking for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
And he's just tired.
Yeah, we'll keep it as black hair then. We'll customize. We'll make him just old as balls. And then Obviously very masculine. Very strong. No.
Yes.
Do
Do you not want him to be ugly?
I want to see what Mega Weak looked like. Yeah, I mean, that's not nearly as interesting. I gotta be honest.
You got face tumors.
Here, let's move it to like that way so his like head doesn't clip through his hair.
Are you gonna create similar face at all?
Yeah. So there's like an option in here where if you don't want to mess around with sliders and stuff, you can just be like, I want a similar face, and then you can click it a bunch of times. Sure.
Whoa.
Okay.
That's some geometry.
We'll roll with that. Yeah. He do be look. Yo, check out the shoulder freckle. That's crazy.
He has several shoulder freckles.
Yo, he's got another one. Oh. That's
You're not gonna be able to see it once he becomes crispy.
Yeah. Yeah, this is our character. I'm not going to skip through any cutscenes in this game because there's not that many of them.
The world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons.
Oh, look at that guy. He do be looking
But
everlasting,
then there
though.
was fire. And with fire came
And it was fire, and that was kind of shit, actually.
Yeah.
heat.
That's like the plot of so many things is like, oh, fire showed up and started messing everything up.
And death. And of course,
I mean, fire doesn't necessarily mess
light
things up here, but it
dark.
does cause issues. Now all of a sudden there's like dualities.
But without fire, would there have
Then
been
from the
people?
dark,
No.
they came.
So it's like, what's better, not
and
ever
found the
existing or have
souls of
existed and
lords
suffered?
within the flames.
You say that ironically, but like that is unironically one of the core questions of the series.
Nito.
The other question
first
that
of
goes
the
along
dead.
with it is at what point do you choose to stop existing because it is not worth it anymore?
The witch of
Which is like
Izalith
dark
and her daughters of
souls.
chaos.
Eh.
Gwyn, the lord of sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten.
I always forget who that bitch is, which is accurate. But it's just like, I don't know, they mention him in the intro and then it's like, then they never mention him again. But it's like, I don't know, he's not important.
Dragons.
Yeah,
Is he not important?
maybe.
Gwyn's mighty
There are
bolts
fan theories that make him important, but he also just might be nobody.
witches weaved great
Is it just
firestorms.
more like intrigue in the intro?
It could be. It's weird because this game is very intentional about his storytelling. Like all of this seems like very like hand-wavy lore,
Yeah.
but like it's all pretty legit, like backstory for the world that like it builds off of and keeps referencing back to. So like you wouldn't think it matters that much, and it's all just kind of like okay. But eventually you can kind of put together the pieces and be like, yeah, no, this actually makes sense now.
Fire.
Or you can watch Vadi Vidya and he will do it for you.
But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain.
It only took 3 games to get there. Spoilers. Sorry.
Well, I mean, you
Even
can build a
now,
fire in this game.
There are only embers. And man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side.
And now the incredibly seamless transition from cutscene to gameplay. You'll never even notice the graphical difference.
Like, even on your beefy computer, this game looks like potatoes.
That's because this game just looks like potatoes.
Brands the undead.
Also, her voice is so much louder now.
And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
It is me.
Yo, rat.
I love that really tiny rat looks exactly the same as the, like, way larger, like, bloodhound-sized rats.
It's probably just a scaled-down version for the cutscene.
It literally is. He's like,
As you can see, our character does not look like how we made him.
Yeah. Your character has like 2 states in this game, which is hollowed like this, and human, which is what we designed them as. And we'll get to toggle back and forth between the 2.
Xander doesn't need the tutorial.
Yeah, these are all just like control instructions. You can like lock onto this guy and attack him for practice.
You used your sword.
Yeah, no, we're gonna have to.
Oh, that's where the underground one is.
Yep.
I didn't know he was right there.
Yeah, no, he's right there the entire time. Actually, when you jump up out of his boss arena, you jump down from here, just into this hallway.
That boss in that room is a boss.
He's a boss?
You fight that same exact boss on an upper floor, but he's a weaker version.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know you could see the stronger version. I just thought he existed below.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a bonfire. This is the checkpoint of this game. Right now we can't really do anything at it because this one is a little special. So yeah, we'll just keep moving on. But if we die, we will respawn back there. Well, this is a big, empty, definitely not menacing room. And then you read this message and it says, "Get away." And then this guy shows up and you're like, oh. And just to demonstrate, 2 hull damage per hit. Isn't that something? All right, let's get away. So we did not die. And in fact, there is another checkpoint here. So, good for us. That's progress. Don't worry, we'll come back and kill him later. Yeah, that guy down the hallway shoots arrows at you. Here you can pick up your shield. And we can equip that. This particular shield is a spider shield.
Why is it called a spider shield?
Because it's got a spider on it.
I thought it was a crab.
No.
It's a crab shield.
It also boosts your poison resistance, which, I don't know, is kind of nice. Not useful right now, but like, kind of cool.
I was joking, by the way. It does look like a crab, though. It can if you want.
You know, I can see it.
Yo, this guy's slow.
Yeah, and then there's our actual starting weapon, the battle axe. Which will do a lot more damage than our broken straight sword. Yeah, shields are just kind of like really good in this game. You can block a majority of damage.
That one seemed to block all the damage for that.
Yeah, I don't know the stats of the spider shield off the top of my head. Hey, that's like a really lucky drop, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, usually if you get certain shields, you like it hits and it eats a certain amount of the attack, but then you still take some damage. But this, it ate all of the damage.
Yeah, you can see that here in the damage reduction stat screen. It blocks 100% of physical damage. And since that wasn't a magic, fire, or lightning arrow, then it just didn't do any damage to us. That's really nice, actually. I didn't realize that was 100%. Most shields in the game are at least like 85% or so.
In physical?
In physical. And then some are like really good at magic or fire or whatever, but nothing blocks 100% of any element. So those are always something to be aware of. We can also open this door down here. And boom, it's our first checkpoint fire from before in the little courtyard. That's nice. I don't know what that sound is. All right, well, now let's wander upstairs. Jebaited. There's a boulder that runs down there, and it will run you over and take out like half your health.
Are you not gonna get him?
No, I will. I'm just waiting a second. You'll also notice every time we kill an enemy, the number in the bottom right of the screen by the webcam that I just moved increases. That is our souls count. Souls is both experience and currency, and we'll get into that once we can actually spend it on something. And there's this fella.
Oh, you. You're no hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you?
Of course.
Regrettably, I have failed in my mission. But perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen. And thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite.
Woo!
Oh,
Estus.
and this.
Also that.
Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you.
So yeah, also that's the sound of him dying. And then we get his souls. Okay, there we go.
We're so high up. So scary. Anyway.
Yeah, we're still trying to find a good position for the webcam.
That's how it always is with games, because it's like, oh gosh. You just need to, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh shit, actually, we could resize the window itself like we did for Hylix, so we can have like ourselves on the side and not cover anything.
I mean, I don't know. I'm fine with existing right here.
Let's roll with this for this episode.
Yeah.
We'll probably have a different overlay by the time next episode rolls around. We shouldn't have time to get it prepped before recording today, which is all right. But yeah, so Estus, the stuff that he gave us, is Healy juice. It will heal us up. and you get 5 per life or whatever. So whenever you sit at a bonfire, either by choice or because you respawn there, you get all your Estus back. So like you might as well use it while you've got it. I also just want to show off in this guy here. You can parry enemies with your shield. The timing is pretty tight, but I've played this game a couple times. But this door that he's guarding is locked, so like he's pretty much just there for parry practice.
Sorry, she was sitting there.
Welcome back, Kat. But yeah, there's also these ominous fog walls here and there, which are usually gates to boss arenas. So this boss gives us a very generous head start by just kind of standing there. Man, my roll timing is way off. There we go. Yeah, I've been playing Elden Ring a fair amount before this, and so timings are going to be a little bit different.
Yeah, Elden Ring's a faster game.
It very much is.
Dark Souls is a very slow,
It's very methodical.
So slow. No, I'm just teasing.
But yeah, if you roll properly, you actually do have a certain amount of frames. I don't know how many off the top of my head, where you cannot take damage, just period.
Iframes?
Yep. So those are iframes. The amount that you have depends on how heavy your character is, which is determined by how much stuff you're holding.
That's a big thing in this game, is carry weight.
Yep. So like, for example, if I just like did that.
And you butt naked.
Yep. Now I roll a lot faster, but I also look like beef jerky and also take more damage if I do get hit. So
it's a very big balancing act. It seems like most people try and just mid-roll, which is
Some people swear by light rolling. And like, honestly, I think as long as you have something that works for you, then it doesn't really matter.
That's basically with like, anything.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is in this game. There's not really a wrong way to play things. Also, there's a secret little thing back here.
If you can beat the game and if it's fun, then it's fine.
Exactly.
And you can beat the game in many dumb, silly ways.
Yep. Absolutely. That's one of the things I love about this game. You got a lot of options.
Oh.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen.
Oh. We've been chosen.
Caca.
To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
I call it Lordran because it's ran by lords. Which is dumb, but also realistically dumb.
Oh, it's so funny.
But yeah, so here's the actual world we will be exploring. The asylum is kind of just a little tutorial area. So yeah, welcome to Lordran.
Whoa, and there's a certain little turd we will see in a second.
Yeah. So yeah, this bonfire has more options. We can level up, so we can use our souls as payment for levels. Right away, I'm just gonna pour every single level I have into strength.
What your point? Like, when are you going to explain the point of this character?
Once we get the weapon that they will use, which will be pretty soon. I'm basically just gonna beeline for it.
Okay.
But yeah, we can explore around a little bit. You can head up that way. That leads to like the first intended area of the game. there's this guy over here.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead?
So isn't there like lore that this area is where there's undead, but there's like other places where there aren't undead?
Yes, that's mostly expanded on in Dark Souls 2, because like the curse of the undead expands beyond just Lordran, and starts messing up other places like Drangleia in Dark Souls 2.
But the fire keeps all places, like the world, going.
Yep.
The world fire.
Yep. There is only one fire. Yeah, over here there's a graveyard with some very high level, for the moment, skeletons in them. I would go down there, but they fight you 2 at a time, and they would mess me up.
Bro.
Up here, yeah, there's the crow that took us to the thing. You can't really talk to them, but yeah.
Do they have a name? I forget.
Not officially. There are, once again, theories that could be Velka, the goddess of sin, but nobody knows for sure. Because otherwise it's like, why is there just like a random crow? Over here, we have another character.
Cringe-ass McButtface.
Hello there.
Yeah, he's
I believe
ugly.
we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thurland. Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
He is cringe. He is ugly on the
Hello
outside
there.
and in the
I
inside.
realize that I have requested that we retain
And he may
our
not seem like it
distance,
at first,
but I also
that his
want you to
insides are
know
bad, but they
that
are.
it is not meant
Trust
in
us.
ill will. Here, take this as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
Iggy boy.
He gives us a thing. Whoa.
That means
my.
nothing here.
You
Yeah.
again? Oh, I know. How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles?
Yo,
Would
shout out
that
to my friend
please
Nate
you?
playing Tower Unite.
Swag.
Yeah, sure.
Very well.
Okay. So as long as we join his little covenant or whatever, covenants are a whole thing I'm not going to get into right now.
Now, let
But,
me only... There...
Yeah, whatever. This guy can sell you faith-based spells. Spell casting is not something that we're going to be doing with this character, just in general. But spells can be governed either by intelligence or faith, depending on the spell. And so a lot of faith spells are like healing-based or support-based. So like this force one doesn't do any damage, but it like knocks people over. This one teleports you back to the last bonfire you used, etc. So if you're interested in any of that, there is all of that.
Come again.
Anyways, I don't want to listen to him for too long because NPCs talk very slowly in this game. Yeah.
So do you have to go somewhere silly to get the item you need? Or is it on the is it normal? Oh, is this a secret?
Yeah, so if you fall down the elevator shaft back here, there's like a couple chests you can open.
Okay.
And so it just gets you like some stuff. I don't think we're going to use any of it, but like there's a morning star, there's a talisman which you can use to cast miracles. I don't know what.
You can't sell things in this game, yeah?
You can, but only to one very specific character.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Him.
Yeah.
He's sleeping right now.
And then this spits you out at the start of the graveyard.
Oh, they're waking up.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna book it back to the bonfire, honestly. If you sit at a bonfire, it resets the position of every like enemy and such.
Otherwise, can enemies just keep booking after you?
Oh yeah, no, they will follow you like a long way. They'll give up eventually, but those skeletons will follow you to this bonfire and kill you. And also something that's not super obvious is there are also stairs going down here. There's this lady in the cage. She can't speak.
I think she's the lady from the intro cutscene. There's a lady when they're talking about the dark sign who's like sitting over a body.
Might be.
And she has the same hair bun.
Could be.
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
It could also be just like
generic white woman.
They share the same like one of 8 hairstyles for ladies in this game.
Yeah.
But yeah, you need a Firekeeper soul to reinforce an Estus flask, but she can do that for you. You try to talk to her.
Isn't she a Firekeeper?
Yeah.
That's kind of fucked up.
I mean, yeah. There are other Firekeepers that you can meet in this game. And if something happens to one of them, they drop a Firekeeper soul, and you can bring it back to this one or any of the other ones. And it will make your Estus flask stronger. It will heal you more.
You can kill anyone in this game.
Yes.
No one's like an essential NPC. Well, anyone, like...
I mean, aside from people who are literally behind bars like this, because I just physically cannot get to her. But like, if I could, she could die. So like, we could go up and kill like Petrus or like the depressed guy sitting on a log right now.
Mm-hmm.
So right away, I'm going to not go the intended route because we picked up something called the Master Key as our starting gift. And Master Key lets you sequence break this game a little bit. Actually, a lot of it. This isn't necessarily something I would recommend for everybody, especially not if it's your first time playing, because it can easily get you into places that you shouldn't be. This is New Londo Ruins, and technically you can be down here right now. That part is not really an issue. I just want to like show off this bit. Also, if you break that jar, this guy drops these transient curses.
I remember this place.
Yeah. So this is like a pretty major area of the game, and I'm not going to go super far into here. I just want to kind of show it off. There are ghosts down here, and unless you have a transient curse active on yourself, you actually can't damage them in any way.
You wanted to mention that because is that just something people run into?
Yeah. Transient curses, it is possible to get more of them, just very difficult. Yeah, I was kind of expecting I would die there. That's not a big deal. We had 97 souls. It's not the end of the world. We can kill like a single enemy and get that back.
Oh, did you get a Firekeeper soul?
Yes.
Is that why you went down there?
Yeah, in a few specific spots, there are just Firekeeper souls hanging out. Presumably from perished Firekeepers in other areas.
Also, real quick, when you die, you drop all your souls, and you have to go back there to get your souls. But if you don't go back there to get your souls, you lose them.
Yeah.
So Xander lost 97 souls. He's not going back for them. That's nothing.
I could run back for that, but like honestly, I would probably just die again. And again, it's 97 souls, which is nothing. Like we got 2,000, I think, from killing our tutorial boss. So
are you going back down there though?
I am going back down there for something else.
Is it? Oh.
And this is the part that requires the Master Key.
Is this the weapon you need?
Yes.
Okay. Suspense and shit and things.
Yeah, so there's a few different types of weapons in this game. For example, this axe is, surprise, surprise, an axe.
What?
The Morning Star is considered a hammer. This is considered a straight sword. So yeah, there is one very uncommon weapon type that I will be using on this playthrough that I have not used before. Also,
Oh, that guy's just chilling.
yeah, no, this guy's just hanging out. People like to leave like messages here and be like, behold, beautiful view or whatever.
Bing chilling.
Yeah. None of the hollows down here actually like attack you or anything. There's also this guy down here. I'm not gonna make use of him or anything, but
This is unusual. You haven't lost your head. And more importantly, you're free. How on earth? Well, I shouldn't pry. I'm Ricky of Vinny. I was once an established smith, though. Look at me now. Can you believe it?
He in jail? Or is he just stuck?
What is it? Have you? Oh no. Don't worry. I've no intention of escape. It's safe here. Can't bear the thought of going hollow out there. Although, I must admit, I've not much to occupy myself. How about this? I could forge your weapons, albeit with rather minimal tools.
Oh.
I'll show you what made me the best in Vinny.
Does he make anything good?
So the main thing that this guy is useful for is he sells like sorcery related stuff. So if you want to get a head start on that, that's kind of nice. He can also reinforce weapons, but he does not sell any materials used for reinforcement. So it's just like if you happen to come across any Titanite shards. And also he is the only character in the game that can create magic weapons for you.
Oh, cool. And he can't die.
He cannot die. He is like one of the only characters who can't die, actually.
Because there's no way to get in.
Yeah, no, there's no way to get to him. He's like, I don't want to leave.
I mean, that makes sense.
But yeah, normally that door is locked, but we have the master key. So now we're in a place called the Valley of the Drakes.
Yeah, this is not a... This is...
Yeah, this place is a little scary. Hopefully we won't die over here. Over there is somewhere awful that we'll come back to later.
Isn't there... I don't know. Well, it's whatever. Well, it's fine. We're fine. Oh, are you gonna piss him off?
I am not. Although you definitely can. Also, I think my game is doing a silly thing where it's like replacing one of my footstep sounds with like a shock sound. And I think that's what that sound is. I don't know what that's about. Oh, never mind. I guess I am going to piss him off.
Oh.
Anyways,
Because he was in the way.
I was just seeing how close I could get. But yeah, he just stays there.
Bogey.
You can kill him for like a boatload of souls, but he also will one-shot you for like a long time.
I didn't understand what the sound was because I haven't been listening. But is it just like a weird little like...
It's just like a little like... Oh, that was lame. He actually just dragged me off to my death. That sucks.
That's cringe. Oh, and you have to walk all the way back.
I do.
Oh.
So one thing that is great about this game, but also terrible about this game, is it is structured like a Metroidvania. So like the world is very much like interconnected. You can get to a lot of different areas from different areas, right? The bad thing about that is that there's a lot of walking between areas and not doing much, which I mean has its pros and cons because it like I think this is by far the most like immersive world in FromSoft's library.
But not even in Elden Ring?
Elden Ring is cool and all, but like you can just warp between checkpoints whenever and wherever you want for the most part. So like, I don't know, I kind of like this because it gives you a reason to like learn the structure of the world a little bit and actually care about it. I don't know, I just think it's kind of interesting.
Yeah. It's like, so I did a run of run of Breath of the Wild where I didn't use teleporting or the fast travel, and that, yeah, in any game where there's fast travel, it's always fun to do a run where you don't do it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's just you get so reliant on it that you just like start ignoring the world like really hard, and you start like, I don't know, you just don't really learn the world. And it's like, especially in like open world games, like fast travel is really helpful, but it's also like you're completely missing this whole world that you're not exploring half the time.
Also, this is what it looks like if you die somewhere. You can
recover your 0 souls.
Yeah, you can recover whatever souls you had on you when you lost them. Wow, I'm getting terrible luck with this guy. Don't do it again. Okay, we're good. Leave me be, please. I'm just gonna
slurp.
Yeah.
It's just their wings have really jank overhead.
Yeah, no, I hate those guys. They are why it is called the Valley of the Drakes, because they are drakes.
Can they get in there? Can they come in here? Oh, they're too big?
They cannot.
Too big.
They're too big, and so their AI just like backs off whenever you enter this little elevator area.
They know.
Which is nice, because otherwise they would just like sit there and block the door forever. So we're gonna see some scary things before we get to where we're going, but hopefully we'll be okay. Scary thing number 1. There is a guy right outside this cave entrance who will murk me. Absolutely. Hi there.
Oh.
Just gonna... Yep.
That's like one of the big king in this game. That's one of his like knights, right?
Yeah. No, that is literally the latest game area that is a regular enemy.
Yeah. And he's just being chilling down here.
Yeah, there's just a few of them scattered here and there. There is a small chance that he drops his weapon, which is cool. But we're not here for that.
No, that's not Mr. Beefcake's prerogative.
Nope. There's also...
Crystal lizard?
Yeah, these little guys. These little crystal lizards. Oh my god. Please.
The little, like, guys I hate in the depths and Tears of a Kingdom look like these guys.
Yeah.
I hate those little guys because I eat my glowy seeds. I freaking snipe them with my arrow. Make them become dead.
Yeah. But yeah, those guys will disappear if you don't kill them fast enough. But they drop upgrade materials, which is just kind of nice to have. Nice to have around.
Very, very good to have.
So yeah, then we're going to run this way. We actually can kill this guy, so for sake of demonstration.
I mean, you have an axe, too.
I do. It's fitting. A lot of times they drop things, sometimes they don't. But the nice thing with that specific enemy is those guys will stagger and like you will interrupt their attack every single time you hit them with anything. And now we just have to run past this guy who he's very slow and has very bad aim, but if he catches you with the melee attack, you'll just die this early in the game. This guy.
Well, you must be a new arrival. I'm Andre of Astoria. If you require smithing, then speak to me.
Yo, I love that. There was no animation between. He just went from talking to immediate.
Yeah, this isn't the most polished game in the world, and a lot of people gave FromSoft some shit for not fixing janky stuff like that in the remaster, because that's kind of what remasters are for. But I don't know. I don't mind it, honestly.
It's funny.
Yeah, Andre here is the MVP. He also upgrades weapons the same as Rickert down in New Londo, except you can also buy upgrade materials from him, so he can at least get your stuff up to +5 for a cost. I just want to see. This is going to be our weapon. But we need 100 more souls.
I'll be seeing you then. Be careful out there.
So I just want to see, do we have any consumables? Yes, we do. You'll find these all over the place. They are basically one-time use items that give you souls in bulk. They're nice for if you need a little extra just to buy something like this, or if you lose a bunch of souls dying somewhere, then like they can be a way to help you recover financially.
Yeah, it's good not to just like get them and immediately like use them. It's good to keep them in that like form, because if you die, you keep them.
Yeah, use them when you need them, right?
So you want the casis?
I think it's pronounced cestus, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
I should probably look that up at some point. And you know what? We'll buy 2 of them. I'm feeling spicy.
Is that one for each hand?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We can also learn. Hurrah!
Hurrah!
Yeah. You can do gestures in this menu over here, so it can be like, you. That's mostly for multiplayer stuff. We are playing this game in offline mode, just because I hate getting invaded by people. But we can explain how that works once we get there. So I'm just gonna do one of those. Now we have a 1-2 punch.
What helps your endurance or your stamina?
Stamina is governed by endurance, the stat.
So I feel like strength and endurance is going to be your friend.
Yep. And so the cestus here is not technically our final weapon. Our final weapon is an upgrade to the cestus that we will get much later. But this is what we're rocking with for now.
Yes, this is a punchy run.
Yep. I have always been curious. I just want to punch things with my bare hands. Not with my bare hands, because these things have, spikes on them, but...
See, I didn't know if you could just you just have nothing in your hands and punch things barehanded.
I mean, you can.
It just does nothing, really?
It does, like, worse damage than the broken sword in the tutorial area.
And they give you the broken sword so you have something. And, this is...
They give you the broken sword so you don't have to punch people.
This is like a semi-challenge run, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not going to be too strict about it. If things kind of start going south and this becomes like impossible, I might switch it up. But I just want to try it out. He says.
Oh, forgive me. I was absorbed in thought. I am Siegmeyer of Katarina. Quite honestly, I've run flat up against a wall. Or a gate, I should say. The thing just won't budge, no matter how long I wait. And oh, have I waited. So here I sit, in quite a pickle, weighing my options, so to speak. Still closed. Still closed.
So yeah, this is Siegmeyer. We love Siegmeyer in this household.
Onion.
Yep. He is lovingly referred to as Onion Knight because look at him. Yeah, he's just kind of sitting there waiting for that gate to just open on its own because he's out of ideas, which is just kind of funny.
Yeah.
So I know I just did all of that running through a bunch of sketchy shit.
You gotta run back through it?
I want to start where you're actually supposed to start.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. That guy's a Titanite demon. He is optional. He drops a rare kind of upgrade material that we will eventually need. Oh no. Okay. That is not promising damage.
Are you scared?
A little bit. But I mean,
You've done worse things in this game.
unfortunately, yes.
Do you want to discuss any of the other runs you have tried or are currently doing every so often?
Yeah, so I did one that was all pyromancy. I did one that was all magic, and one that was all miracles. I did a couple standard like strength versus dexterity runs. I got like decently far in my shield only run. But like I said, I eventually gave up on it. I might revisit that concept someday. I've done with only whips. Technically, I did not finish that run, but I got all the way to the final boss and determined it was possible, just really hard. So I was content with that. Also, yeah, you get some stuff there.
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
Now we have to run back past this spooky looking dude again.
The whip run was a pain in the weenus.
Oh, dude, the whip run was terrible.
Oh, you're cornered.
Excuse me, sir. Okay, he's just gonna let me pass, huh? That's crazy. But yeah, whips are terrible in this game. If you're thinking of using a whip, be sure you know what you're doing first. That is all I will say.
Did you like not prep beforehand? Were you just like, I'm gonna use whips?
I mean, I knew where all the whips are. I just didn't expect them to be as bad as they were. There was only so much prep I could do.
Did you... So were you shocked when you punched that grass guy and it did like nothing?
A little bit, but here's the thing with the cestus is they have pretty low base damage, right? Like this is lower than the battle axe, lower than the morning star. It's pretty bad, but they scale with a C in strength and a C in dexterity, which means every time you level up either strength or dexterity, it will make these guys a decent amount stronger.
Okay.
This guy scales with the C in strength, but a D in dexterity, and this guy only scales with strength. The end game weapon that we are going with only scales with strength, so I am ignoring dexterity for now. We might come back to it at some point if it is necessary to switch back to this, or just use a different weapon entirely. I don't know yet.
So are you gonna pour everything in strength, or are you gonna...
I am going to pour everything into strength until we hit a certain point where it stops becoming useful.
I was just wondering because about, like, it seems like you can't throw that many punches.
Yeah. Usually I really only level endurance once, because endurance also affects your carry weight, which affects, how fast you roll and stuff. So I usually level up endurance just enough to be able to medium roll with an armor set that is like decently good. There's also more stuff over there, but I really hate those guys. So let's just not.
They're so scooty.
They are.
Stomp, stomp.
Yeah, no, they are slightly terrifying. They are very strong for this early in the game, by the way.
Also,
like, once again, you are not able to get here without the master key. That's why, like, Andre is kind of like a better Rickert at this point, because he's supposed to be later in the game a little bit.
Ooh, nice one.
Yeah, no, that's not too bad.
The edge you were walking on is very smooth.
Yeah. Walking on this ledge always, like, it looks sketchier than it is. It's just, like, a little more forgiving than you would think, but also don't test it.
Are things still following you? Probably.
They're probably done by now. Usually once you enter a new area, that's for sure like enemies from the previous area back off. Oh, I forgot there was a thing down here. It's another soul. Whoa. But yeah, now we can head back up here. It's weird because like the music is so sad, but like it's so comforting because this is like a little safe area. So I don't know.
Melancholic.
Yeah, it's just like an interesting little bit of duality. But yeah, so this guy over here kind of gave us our
Goal.
our first directive. Actually, the guy in the asylum did, but he clarified for us. The guy in the asylum was like, go ring the bell, and then this guy was like, there's actually two bells. One of them is up there somewhere, and one of them is down there somewhere. So we will start with the up there somewhere, one of those bells, because that one is way easier for the moment. So I just want to see.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay,
You'll do fine.
It's not as dire as I thought it would be.
Yeah, when you punched the grass, I figured it was going to be, I don't know, it was a bad test to see because you're also in a very,
I was in a later area, yeah.
And by then, hopefully, you will have some more stuff in strength, and so you'll be a little better prepared. Maybe not as good as you wish, but you'll still be a little more prepared.
Yeah. I do like the left-hand punch because it's like pretty quick. Like that's pretty fast. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but I don't mind.
Weak.
But yeah, this game is kind of just all about managing your position and your stamina and just attacking when there is an opening. So depending on the speed of your attack, there could be lots of openings. Or there could be only a few, but you do more damage. Like that's kind of the trade-off. So dexterity-based weapons are usually faster. And then strength weapons usually do more damage. That's the trade-off. At least in theory, because there are some weapons that kind of break those rules.
Sorry.
She's just looking at me like, are you seeing this? But yeah, this is our first real area of the game, the Undead Bird. You know, I forgot I have terrible range. Because, you know, not a ton of reach with the fists.
You need to be like Luffy from One Piece.
Rude. That would solve all my problems.
I know he can punch far.
Yes.
That is one of the few things I know, and that he can't swim.
He is a very stretchy boy.
Whoa.
This guy's just walking. He's just
sauntering.
He is. Rude. Cool. Before we go through that little fog wall, there's just like some barrels here, and that leads to like a secret little side path with some items. There's a lot of that in this game where it's just like, I don't know, you look around and there's just a little secret somewhere.
He says.
Yeah, I will say, I don't think that the punching is necessarily good, but I am having fun with it. So there is that. Oh, you can go back up here? Huh. Cool. Oh, well, not so cool. Never mind.
Is the door locked up there or something?
It's just boarded over. So yeah, you have to go through this way.
You made that guy dead.
Yeah, you can just kind of,
Nay them.
yeah.
I have such a way with birds.
You sure do. Also, you might be wondering, how did I get 10 Estus flasks? Because currently I'm sitting at 7. I thought you only had 5 before. If you sit at a fire with a firekeeper present at it, like the one at Firelink Shrine, you actually get 10 Estus flasks from sitting there instead of just 5. And those do carry over until you use them. Like, resting at a bonfire just refreshes you to that bonfire's max. So, kind of a weird mechanic. There's a lot of, like... There's just a lot of things that this game expects you to figure out on your own. So hopefully this can be like a nice way to make some of those things more easily understood. That's my goal anyways. That guy's a little bigger than the ones in Valley of the Drakes.
No.
I'm sure we'll see him again eventually.
Do you have a name?
No, he is just called the Red Drake. Yeah, so the shields that these guys have do not block 100% of physical damage, which is why I just kept punching the shield. Also, whenever you block anything in this game, it takes a chunk out of your stamina. And if your stamina hits 0, then you get guard broken, and then you are just stuck in like a little stagger animation forever. So, not forever, but for a really long time. So that was why I did that. I was kind of hoping I could guard break him. Yeah. And there's also a little door down here that you can open even without Master Key. And that has a wooden shield, which is the first obtainable shield in the game, for free anyways. We'll go down that side path next time and go down this path next time. We're just going to rest up here, this handy little bonfire.
Bye.
And yeah, that's it for this episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you for the next one.